An important service here on the Tech campus may be permanently closed in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic. Coming up, MCTV's Patricia Perry has reaction from students after the surprise closing of the TTU Recycling Center.
Texas Tech University reached a huge milestone on Monday, and for once it has nothing to do with coronavirus infections. We'll have the details on an announcement 10 years in the making next.
And one campus group is continuing to find ways to keep students active and engaged with the campus and local communities, even while making the transition to a virtual-only format. Find out how you can get involved next.
This is the MCTV Weekday Update.
Welcome to the Thursday edition of the MCTV Weekday Update. I am Austin Seat.
And I'm Patricia Perry.
The coronavirus pandemic has led to the closure of many businesses and the limitation of some services throughout the United States, as well as right here in Lubbock. But those closures have also made their way to the Tech campus. Patricia has a look at the loss of one service that has many people concerned about Texas Tech's future when it comes to saving our planet.
That's right, Austin. Texas Tech Recycling Center has closed due to COVID-19 reasons. Students on and around the Texas Tech campus are trying to get the on-campus location reopened or trying other alternatives to keep our planet green. Nonetheless, Texas Tech students are really concerned about the recycling situation we have going on here in the Lubbock community. Aaliyah Stevenson, a sophomore political science pre-law student from Rio Rancho, New Mexico, believes that recycling should be an important part of the campus's mission to help save the planet.
Well, it's important for a variety of reasons. I would like to think that our campus is doing the most that it can for our environment. Sustainability is something that we lecture about here at Texas Tech, and I think that we should be following through and setting an example for other universities and for our community. I'd like to think that our student body would recycle if we had the opportunity, but unfortunately we don't even have that opportunity.
Not only are students upset that the recycling center has closed, Texas Tech student Bryce Martin started a petition in hopes she can get the center reopened.
I read the article that said that they were going to shut down if, there wasn't really any pushback from the community. And so that's when I got the idea to start the petition for people to sign and show that the community does want it to open back up, and, a way for people to support that and show that there is an interest in that.
After the petition comes the question of what if the recycling center can't reopen? Stevenson has ideas on ways we can make recycling a priority on campus without the center.
There are definitely ways that we could be still motivating students to recycle. I haven't seen any signs or anything. It was almost like we were embarrassed that we had to give away recycling, and so students aren't being educated about what to do with their recycling products.
Texas Tech does have other ways students can recycle. Managing Director of Operations Division Carrie Hewitt mentions ways students can still recycle even with the center closed.
Everybody remember that we can still recycle. The city is operating its recycling program as normal, and I believe there's over 10 locations where you can drop things off, and 4 of those are pretty close to the campus. So we hope everybody continues to recycle, just unfortunately we can't do it here on campus.
Overall, sustainability seems to be pretty important to students on campus. Texas Tech students like Martin are hoping they can make an impact with the petition. For MCTV, I'm Patricia Perry. For a full list of the City of Lubbock's recycling drop-off locations, visit the City of Lubbock's website listed on your screen and click on Recycling Solutions.
On Monday, Texas Tech officially reached the 20th day of class for the fall semester. On top of this being a big milestone due to COVID-19 concerns, the 20th class day also led to an announcement 10 years in the making. On Tuesday morning, Tech officials sent out a press release stating that the university had reached an enrollment of 40,000 students for the first time in school history. Officially, Tech had 40,332 students enrolled by the 20th class day, which is an increase of nearly 2,000 students from last year's record of 38,803. But along with setting a new record, Tech's enrollment of 40,000 students also meets a university goal that was set in Tech's 2010 strategic plan. The goal to hit 40,000 was also often touted by former Chancellor Kent Hance, who believed the university would reach that mark by 2020. Along with the overall enrollment record, Tech also set new records for first-year student enrollment, graduate student enrollment, and first-generation college student enrollment. Overall, the university has increased in size by more than 10,000 students since the Making It Possible strategic plan was announced over a decade ago.
During our last newscast on Monday, MCTV reported that the free walk-up COVID-19 clinic here on campus would be closed today after wrapping up operations on Wednesday. But late yesterday afternoon, campus officials announced that free testing will continue to be available well into the fall semester. Just before 5 p.m. on Wednesday, Tech's Office of Emergency Management sent out an email to let the campus community know that the free walk-up testing site will remain operational from now through December 9th. The announcement also states that the testing site will remain in Urbanowski Park through this Saturday before moving back to the Texas Tech Museum next week. On Monday, the relocated clinic can be found inside the west entrance to the TTU Museum, inside the sculpture court. Parking will be available in the museum's west lot next to the entrance to the testing site. Free testing will continue to be available Monday through Saturday, but the new operating hours will be 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. The walk-up clinic will also continue to close on Sunday, and there is a possibility of additional schedule changes during the Thanksgiving holiday. For more information about testing, as well as the campus's latest coronavirus count, visit emergency.ttu.edu/coronavirus.
COVID-19 has brought a halt to many on-campus events and activities this fall, but that doesn't mean there aren't options still available for students. At the beginning of the fall, Tech Students Activities Board announced that they would be going fully virtual for the fall of 2020. Since then, the group has offered several fun and free online events, including a list of options for the 2020 edition of Service Week. This week's schedule includes a World Vision Challenge, a volunteer fair, and a rice challenge in observance of Hunger Action Month. All these events are geared to give Red Raiders the chance to make a difference in Lubbock and beyond, regardless of whether they are on or off campus.
So the true goal is to help connect the Lubbock community with Tech students, to help give service hours to make sure that Tech has a presence within Lubbock. We want to make sure that all Tech students are having the chance and know of different ways that they can get involved and give back to Lubbock while they're here in Texas Tech.
If you are interested in any of this week's Service Week events, you still have time to get involved. Just visit sab.ttu.edu and click on the virtual service link graphic on the main page.
After 2 weeks of almost identical condition, it looks like today is finally bringing the start of some changes to the South Plains weather outlook. Let's take a look at today's MCTV forecast. The MCTV Tower Cam is showing bright sunny skies today, and temperatures have been climbing since sunrise. Highs should reach just over 90 degrees by sunset, but we'll see a quick drop back into the 60s overnight. Tomorrow, the return of 90-degree highs continues, but we may actually see temperatures reach the century mark for the first time since August. Besides the heat, it should be a beautiful day with more sunshine and a slight breeze. Saturday looks to be a near repeat of Friday's conditions with another day of sunshine and a high near 100 degrees. Temperatures at kickoff for Saturday's Tech versus Texas game should start in the low 90s, and they should stay that way all the way through. So be sure to hydrate and dress for summer-like conditions. On Sunday, we'll see a slight cool down as temperatures drop back into the low 90s. We'll continue to see sunny skies throughout the day, but by nightfall, an increase in winds may bring some clouds into the area and drop temperatures back into the 50s. Looking ahead, a cool down may be headed our way on Monday that could finally bring some fall-like conditions back into the area.
Texas Tech Athletics is gearing up for a big weekend as 3 sports will all be in action for the first time since last year. First up, Tech Volleyball will be hitting the court for their fall debut tonight at the United Supermarkets Arena. The Red Raiders will be facing the West Virginia Mountaineers in a 2-night matchup tonight and tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Tech wrapped up last season with a 7-9 losing record in conference, but they are hoping to improve on that mark starting with a win against the Mountaineers. Limited seating will be available in the USA for both games, but tickets are still available. But if you aren't able to make it out to the arena, you can also watch the 2-night doubleheader on Big 12 Now on ESPN+. And women's team action continues tomorrow night as the Red Raider soccer team heads north to take on the number 9 ranked Kansas Jayhawks in Lawrence. Tech is hoping to secure its first win this season after finishing with a 0-0 draw against Baylor last week. Game time for tomorrow's matchup with the Jayhawks is set for 7 p.m. and it will also be available on Big 12 Now on ESPN+.
Tech's women's teams won't be the only ones in action this weekend. The Texas Tech football team also returns to action on Saturday to take on their biggest rival in the Big 12. The Texas Longhorns will make a return trip to Lubbock on Saturday for an early season showdown at the Jones AT&T Stadium. The Red Raiders are hoping for a better showing after a slim margin win against Houston Baptist 2 weeks ago. Since then, both teams have had a week off in preparation for Saturday's matchup. Texas is coming into Saturday's game as the number 8 ranked team in the country, and a win against the Longhorns would give the Red Raiders a great start as they head into their Big 12 play. Kickoff for Saturday's game is set for 2:30 p.m. and you can watch it on Fox.
If you happen to be on campus and you're looking for something to kill time before joining your next Zoom meeting, one department has an in-person option that may just be worth checking out. Mapping Mrs. Dalloway is a photo installation currently on display in the School of Arts Photo Gallery. The exhibit features a collection of images created by Adrienne Little, an artist and photography professor at Western Michigan University. Little uses each of the photos to visually represent author Virginia Woolf's novel Mrs. Dalloway. The pictures use a combination of images and data visualization to recreate the idea of mapping Woolf's missing mother. If you would like to see the Mapping of Mrs. Dalloway exhibit, you can stop by the SRO Photo Gallery located in the Art Building's basement, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Face coverings are required and social distancing is encouraged while visiting the Art Building's galleries.
So Austin, do you have any big plans for this upcoming weekend?
Well, I do have some family coming into town for this weekend, so we may watch the game. Don't know if it's going to be in the stadium or at home on the couch. What about you, Patricia?
I'll probably be watching the game right from my couch this Saturday, but I'm hoping for a good turnout.
Aren't we all?
That's all for today's edition of the MCTV Weekday Update.
Thanks so much for joining us, and be sure to check ttuhub.net every day for more news. We'll see you next week.